वंडरफुल थिंग सो सर तो जब आपने अपनी जर्नी स्टार्ट करी और जब अभी तक की पूरी जर्नी में आपने क्या-क्या प्रॉब्लम्स फेस करी और क्या एक सॉल्यूशन आपको दिखाई दिया और क्या आप लोगों को वो बताना चाहते हैं?
See, whenever we try to do something new, there is always going to be resistance. And second, in 1990s, the idea of a middle class family is the boy or girl studies, then gets into a very secure job. After 4 5 years, they work and they get married. So settling in life was marrying and getting children. So when you do other than this, like instead of going to a job, you want to do on your own, it was seen as something very different. So fortunately, the dot-com boom and the wave was going on in the late 90s. So there were a lot of Indians, the families also may have encouraged them to get into entrepreneurship. So the breaking of the mindset at everywhere, even right from our uh, family and friends, that it is okay to be on your own. So I worked for initially I worked for some years, and maximum I would have worked for 5 years. Put together before MBA I worked for 2 years, and after MBA I worked for 2 to 3 years. Why I'm saying 2 to 3 years is the last six months, two projects we did as our startups. It is like being on your own. So that was a new thing those days. So to make people understand, if you are doing the right thing, you are being honest and sincere, you are always okay to try something. Even if you fail, you have age on your side. So every time we met our elders and the family and friends, we need to tell them, instead of telling I'm trying to succeed, we had to tell them it is okay to fail, because failure was not accepted very well in generally in any households, right? So failure is not end of the life. So it is okay. But fortunately, whatever I did, the initial two startups, the IT companies we tried to do, they also were doing well. Then on my own, I had a startup called Spatikam, where we trained people like me who were from a small town, who how I was able to do well in my MBA and after that. So I took the lessons and we designed a course called Last Bridge, and it was covered in the Times of India Bangalore edition those days. So we had this course called Last Bridge where we taught people how to write, how to read faster, how to take notes, because people studied so well in academics. When they go to MBA, they think it's an academic study. MBA is a practical study. You need to be so studious. Every day you need to know how to read Economic Times, how to take the notes. Textbooks will be there, but you need to be updated with things, right? So we brought this course like Last Bridge. The second course we did was Back to Roots, where we got permission from Stanford University to offer a module called Creativity in Business. So these two courses I was doing way back in 2001 till 2003 for 2 years. Then I also had a startup called firstresource.net, where BPO was coming up well in India. So SpectraMind was bought out by Wipro at that time. The industry was beginning to recruit a lot of people. So I was in the recruitment space also for 2 years. So in December 2003, my teacher said that we need to put these principles into practice. So one of person known to me who believes in the Indic value system, he is starting a retreat for learning in outskirts of Bangalore. I wish you be with him. So that's where I was there for 7 years. The place is called Shreyas. It is still one of the top yoga retreats of the world, rated by TripAdvisor. And in 2010, I was with Tamara, the Kurd, for 4 months setting up their product development trade relations. And 2011, I figured out that I need to become independent and start sharing this knowledge in a systematic way in a small group of people. That's the time we started the yoga school in 2011. This is the journey from studies to starting of the yoga school.